I got it, and I was feeling so good. We did well in the beginning. If we had just gone for like 5 minutes on that first game, we'd have been up 4,000. But like my dad used to say, if the rabbit didn't stop to take a shit, the fox wouldn't have caught him. So the fox caught us. We got to eat like a rabbit, like rabbit stew for foxes today. The blackjack is a complete disaster. I'm telling you. Isn't it weird how they always seem to have a 10 up? Like such a disproportionate amount of time. And then I've mentioned this before. We get 15s and 16s. We hit, we bust. They get 15s and 16s. They hit, they win. We bet big. We think we're good with the 18 against an 8. And then, of course, they flip the one card that can beat us. You just watched it. I don't know why I'm recapping it. It's like, you know, you have something bad happen and you're like, well, let's just think about this over and over and over again. So all night tonight, I'm going to be tossing and turning thinking, oh, I missed that $15,000. That's a lot of dollars. That's 150 $100 bills. Should have just lit them on fire, poured them over like a little barbecue, one of those Weber grills, you know, and then put them all in there, put a bunch of lighter fluid on it, and then at least we could have cooked a hamburger with it. But right now, I've got nothing to show for it other than some valuable time together. A couple of my friends won some side bets. I personally lost money on side bets too. All in all, a complete disaster. But like that song that you hear about the, you know, thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain. If you didn't get wrecked, you couldn't win. You know, if you won all the time, it would get boring and you'd get tired of winning. Nobody wants to get tired of winning. So you have to have days like this. Thanks for riding along with us. Anything else you guys would like to add to that little wrap up?
Brilliant. Subscribe. We'll see you
tomorrow. Put a bow on it. See you tomorrow.
Okay, so this really is a classic example of really sort of almost scripted silly betting, the kind that the casinos expect of all of us. It's just so strange to watch because these guys are professionals. They gamble every day. They gamble all day long, you know, and it's odd because Vegas Matt talks about winning thousands at blackjack when the camera isn't rolling. But by golly, when the camera is rolling, he bets like an idiot. You know, I mean, it's very hard to understand, and more it starts to look as if there's some sort of agenda going on here, which is pro-casino and basically anti-player, anti-punter. You know, it's frustrating. But at the very end of it, he does have some wonderful things to say about gambling, which are worth listening to. So I'll tack those on here in a minute. But yeah, this is horrible. It's just awful. Thank goodness for turbo speed. Horrible, 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 horrible. Okay, so I've said before that one of the frustrations of trying to track these YouTube professional gamblers and to match them bet by bet, well, not bet by bet, but outcome by outcome, because obviously I'm never going to bet the way that they bet because they're nuts. I mean, they're playing out some kind of a deal with the casinos. That's all I can see in this, because there's just no way anybody with any experience would throw money away the way these guys do. But the big frustration for me is always at the very end, you know, where they walk away without resolving, you know, without an okay, without a resolution, without a turnaround. And I would never do that. I mean, I would certainly walk to another table, another game, and whatever, and resume play per the strategy rules. You know, with the down and out and all the rest of it, just following the strategy faithfully because I believe in it, because I've seen it working now for forever. But, you know, I dug this hole for myself, so I've just got to put up with it. I made my bed, as they say, so there we are. And as I've done in the past, what I'll do is when Matt puts up more stuff, more outcomes, more pointless battles with negative expectation, I'll just tack them on here above a red line which shows where one ended, or one session ended and a new one started, and you will see pattern betting turning around very effectively. You might even see Vegas Matt or whoever turning around very effectively as well. But yeah, I don't know about that. But no, this is kind of classic because it's, Matt and his crew went to a blackjack table with a finite bankroll and said, okay, so we know we're down 10,000. We want to get, we want to get even, or we want to get whatever the hell it is that he goes through his little act. And I must say, it's very amusing. I mean, my basic problem with Matt is he is promoting, not just promoting gambling, but promoting stupid gambling. And I do take exception to that. But then, I don't have the right to stop him. I don't have the right to criticize him. It's his money. It's his choice. And it's also the choice of the million or more people who follow him faithfully. It's their choice to watch him or not, and to accept what he does or not, and to imitate him or not. I mean, God, I hope that not very many of them bet the way that he does, because he's just bonkers. I mean, he always bets banker on baccarat, which is just plain daft, and he never makes hay while the sun shines when he hits a winning streak. So, at blackjack or baccarat. So he's just going to keep on losing. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he has his moments. He has his crazy sort of $100,000 bet on baccarat, wins it, hands over $5,000 in commission, and walks away and says, "Yeah, we were a winner today." One single bet in the whole day made him, in his book, a winner for that day. And I suppose technically that's true, but come on, But anyway, there we are. Nothing to be done, really. It was not a particularly punishing session. It was 9 wins and 10 losses, which is not really crippling, is it? But if you bet badly, then it is crippling. And so that's what we're going to be looking at here is Matt's bets. His money, his choice. I have him 4,800 down. He said he was down 5,000. The difference might be in tips, or I don't know. I don't recall side bets, but maybe he tipped the dealer and counted that in. And here, of course, in the very last moments, he loses the 5,000 in the last 4 rounds, and at that point he was down. But then he had an up here. He got to 2,200 ahead at one point, and obviously decided that he doesn't like money, and he has made that remark actually himself. He doesn't like money, so he'd throw it away, and that's exactly what he did. I keep saying this: his money, his choice. He can do what he wants, but oh bloody hell, it is sad to think that there might be people out there thinking that this is the way to bet, and by golly, people, it is not. Matt bet from 3,000 to 2,000, 7 to 1. Algie bet from 25 to 400, so that's 16 to 1. Matt's average winning bet over his average losing bet was 73%, which is why he lost. Algie just about squeaked to win, but no thanks to Matt walking away in mid-series. Managed to squeeze out 134%, so that's something, I guess. But no, I'll add this. I'll add his next session to this, win or lose, and we'll see how we go on. But I'm getting a lot out of this. I hope somebody else out there is getting a lot out of it too, because what we are seeing with all of these professionals is they all play like fools. They all play as if they want to lose. And yeah, sometimes things go their way because they win more bets than they lose, but it's almost accidental, Mr. HP's, Jason Bulkey's last session, blackjack session, was just the same. He won his final bet, which was a shit or bust 5,000, and then when he won that, counted that as being a win on the day, just like Matt's a crazy 100,000 on baccarat from the guy who says his bets are relatable. I mean, God, talk about cloud cuckoo land, but seems like a very nice guy. He's very smart. He's found a way to milk Google and to milk the casinos. But what I don't like is that he's also bamboozling a million people into believing that this is the way to behave. This is the way to beat the house. It's it's sort of, I'm conflicted. Let's put it that way. So, okay, so this may be a big ask given the thrashing that I've been taking from the Wizards Blackjack sim for the last, I don't know, it's a week or so, I guess. I had at least 4 sessions where it got so bad that I had to flee to Baccarat to get things straightened out. I hope that doesn't happen now, because what I want to do is to tack this session onto the end of my mild rebuke of Vegas Matt and his team, because they just keep on doing this thing where, yes, I know they're entitled to bet however they want, and it's their game and it's their channel, and then they're in charge and blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. But they just bet so badly, so stupidly, so sort of exactly the way the casinos want us all to bet, and it drives me batshit bonkers. So let's hope we get to the end of this shoe without getting murdered. God, it's slow. Oh, it's a dealer 22. Yeah, all right. I don't know. I just don't know why this slow thing is happening. I mean, it just seems so weird. $22. Oh, 25 will do. That's a repeat. Why did I stand on that? Well, it would have bust me anyway. So now we're on 50. Well, it should be 51, but I just fucked up, so I'm going to leave it like that. 3, 4, third, 1, 2, 3, 4, third. 7, 4 drop. Yeah. We run to Baccarat if, oh, Jesus, 7, 4. 7, 4 it is. If the next bet is going to be 10,000 or more. 7, 4, carry on. What? Dealer 22. So let's call it 8, 4, because it was mean to me. That would be 12, 8. Beat that. 4, 5. I can get emotional just as long as I don't get stupid with my bets. That's the thing, isn't it? Anyway, that didn't get us very far, but it got us out of trouble. So that's pretty much the most important thing, getting out of trouble. Another 22 up there. Big bucks. I tell you, I always want to hit 13s. I just got talked out of it by my blackjack buddy in Nevada, who said, "Okay, I'll hit 16s if you stop hitting 13 against a 2." So that was the agreement. Where am I? That's probably 1, 2, isn't it? Oops. 3, 4, third. Again. 7, 4 drop. 7, 4 it is. Damn it. I feel better now. 3, 4. Ha! 7, 8. Second. 15, 16. I'm going to be bumping up in a minute. Okay, 15, 16. So that's 3.5, 2. But we're going to drop 3.5. The drop has got to be 7. 3.5, 2 dropping. So that's 52.20 is the easiest way to think about that. I'm getting my butt kicked on this program, on this sim these days. 52.27 again. $59.20. 52, so 55. 5.5, 2, basically. Oi! Oh, bloody hell. Is that a double down? Help. Blackjack apprenticeship. Apparently it's a hit. Look at that for a dealer 22. That's what we need. More like that. Like I say, I can get worked up just as long as my bets don't go nuts. It was a waste, wasn't it? Yeah, this sudden loss of turbo is just very odd. So that's 1, 2 second. 3, 4 third. All right, out of trouble there. So we're not making a fortune, but we're staying plus, and that matters. Double for the loss. Oh, that 7 would have looked nice on my 13. 1, 2 third. 3, 2 drop. Some of the crap that he pulls out of his hat is just terrible. Okay, so that was I dropping there? I think I was, wasn't I? 3, 2, so that's probably 4, 2. That's a double. So 4, 2 it is. Uh, 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 second. Nice. Don't spoil it. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I just felt I should add on a proper session after being a little bit critical of Vegas Matt and his lot. Well, that's not kosher. Repeat it. All right, I think that's good. I think we're back to the min. Look at that. It's just not nice. I haven't been putting these through the model mill lately because the most important thing is coming out with a win at the end of it, you know? That's a repeater. Back to the min. 9 minutes in. Longer than I usually. Normally this would be, you know, with turbo we'd be great. But he's taken turbo away from me. I'm sure it's nothing personal. Well, I hope it's nothing personal. Well, that was a lucky one. That was not a lucky one. All right, so that's a repeat. It's a double. That's 4-5. Second. You pig. I'll do it again. I think that's 9-10, third. Ah. We needed that bust, didn't we? Yeah, the wizard has just not been kind. And it's just, these trolls out there who's saying, hey, you're cheating. No, it's just, ooh. But these are people who don't do anything themselves. All they do is take pot shots at other people. I mean, I'm taking pot shots at people like Vegas Matt and Steve Will Do It and all of that lot, but they're setting themselves up. What was that? That's a repeat, isn't it? Bust it! Okay. So we're all right there. So all right, double for the loss. That was just rude. All right, so now we double for the push. A very rude push, I thought. All right, now we're on 1-2. Oh, 3-4 second. Oh dear. I think we're at the end of this shoe, actually. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to chase that. All right, so there we are. We're at 12 minutes. That would have been a 6-minute session with the wizard sim running at normal speed, but it ain't. So that's that. That's the way you bet at blackjack. Vegas Matt is the worst guy in the world to watch betting at blackjack because he's got a shitload of money behind him and he just burns it, throws it away. And he's right. He should put his money on a barbecue and at least get his hands warm. See you later.